friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to make a little container, a little case, for a lighter. For this project, you will need a crochet hook. I'm going to be using a 3mm hook today. You're also going to need one button, as well as a sewing needle to sew on our button. You'll also need some thread. We're also going to need some yarn for this project. I'm using this number 3 weight mercerized cotton. You'll also need a pair of scissors, as well as a yarn needle to weave in your ends. So grab your supplies and let's jump in. First things first, we're going to make a slip knot. From here, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now in the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, we're going to slip stitch the round together. Then chain 2, chain 1, chain 2. Now we've created a little bit of a donut here. In this donut, we're going to complete 8 double crochets. This chain 2 will count as 1 double crochet, so the round will total have 9 double crochets. So find the center of that donut and complete 8 double crochets into that space. There's 1, 2, and 8. Now that chain 2 again counts as a double crochet, so we've got 9 stitches in the round. I'm going to join this first round with a slip stitch at the top of that chain 2 we started the round with. And there's our first round. You can pull on the tail just to close up the hole that that circle created. Now for round number 2, we're going to start with a chain of 2. Then we're going to put a double crochet at the base of that chain 2. And then in the same stitch that we just put that double crochet in, we're going to put a second double crochet. Now in each stitch all the way around, we're going to put 2 double crochets into the stitch. The chain 2 that we started the round with is going to be the last stitch in the round. So total, we're going to have 18 stitches at the end of this round. Here I am just at the end of round number 2. I've got 16 stitches in the round, plus our chain of 2. That chain of 2 counts as a stitch, so that's 17. And for the last stitch, we're going to put it in the same space where that chain 2 comes out of. And that will be our 18th stitch for the round. Just like that. Now for round number 2, I'm going to join with a slip stitch. And round number 3, I'm going to begin with a chain of 1. Then I'm going to be doing a round of single crochets here, but I'm going to do single crochets in the back loop only. Normally, we would put our single crochet through both loops like this and complete the crochet, but I'm going to just use the back loop for this round. That's going to sort of change the direction of our stitches, and it's going to create a really cool little edge on the bottom of the work. So 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch around, but using the back loops only. Here we are at the end of round number 3. You can see there's this little ridge detail, and now the bottom is going to be separated from the sides of our work. Double count your stitches, make sure you've got 18 stitches in the round, and then join the round with a slip stitch. You can go through both loops to join the round. Now for round number 4, I'll start with a chain 2, and then I'm going to double crochet 1 time in each stitch all the way around. Now from row number 4 all the way up to row number 10, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're just going to do rounds of double crochet. So 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, all the way up to row number 10. So I'm going to zoom through this part because there's nothing new, nothing special in this section, and I will meet you at the end of row number 10 to show you what we're going to do next. Here I am at the end of round number 10. I'm going to just put my last double crochet in here, and then I'm going to join round number 10 with a slip stitch. And now you can see we've got a nice flat bottom, we've got that ridge here, and then we've got a whole bunch of rows. How many did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of just straight double crochets. Now we're going to be creating a top, but before we do that, I want to create a little loop that will act as a keychain for this project. So this area where we've got our seam is going to be the back of the lighter pouch. So I'm going to do a chain of 30 now. 1, 2, 3, 29, and 30. Now I'm going to slip stitch back into the same stitch that I did my chains out of, just to connect it back to the original work, just like that. And this will be kind of a keychain loop. You can add it to your key ring so that you don't lose it. Okay, now we're going to do one more round before we get into doing the lid or the top of this case. So I'm going to do a chain 1 to bring up my row, and then I'll do a single crochet in my first stitch, and then I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. All right, I've made it back to the beginning of my round. I'm going to slip stitch the round together at that chain 1 from the beginning of the round. And now in the first 3 stitches, I am going to do a regular single crochet. So I'm going to chain 1, and then in the first 3 stitches, I'm going to single crochet. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now, for the rest of this round, I'm going to slip stitch around. So slip stitch into each stitch all the way around until I get back to the beginning of my round. And you'll see why when I get to the end. All right, I've made it back to the beginning of the round. So in my last stitch, I'll slip stitch to the top of the chain 1 from those first few stitches. And now we've got 3 single crochet stitches here. So we're going to chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet into those first 3 single crochet stitches. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. What we're going to be doing now is creating the top for this lighter case. So we need to create a chain stitch that is long enough to get all the way around so it's the same size as this part of the tube. But it's at this point that I'm also going to be putting in my buttonhole. So if you'll remember, our round is 18 stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 10 extra chains to that part. So instead of doing a chain of 18 at this point, I'm going to do a chain of 28. 1, 2, 3, 27, and 28. Now make sure the chain is not twisted, and you can do that by just sort of wrapping it around the work in the direction of the stitches, like this. And what we're going to do next is we're going to connect our chain back to that first chain 1 stitch from the beginning of this row. So I'm going to slip stitch back to the beginning of the round just to join my round. Now we've got a long loop on top of our initial work. All right, so now we're gonna start with a chain 1 for the new row, and then we're going to single crochet into those first 3 stitches that are making up the back of our lid. 1, 2, and 3. And then in this chain, we are going to single crochet into the first 8 stitches, into the first 8 chains. 1, 2, and 8. Now, in the 9th stitch, we're going to be single crocheting 2 stitches here. So from the 9th stitch, count 10 stitches after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now here, there should be 8 more stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now at stitch number 9, you can insert the hook, but don't complete the single crochet stitch yet. This is where we're going to be putting our buttonhole in. So I'll insert my hook into the 9th stitch, and then count 10 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then in the following stitch, after that 10 stitches, insert the hook into that chain stitch. There we go. And now complete a single crochet through both of those pieces. And that's going to create a little loop, and that loop is our buttonhole. Make sense? Now I'm going to single crochet down the rest of the chain. 1, 2, and there we go. I've made it back to the beginning of my round. Now I'm going to slip stitch at the chain 1 we started the round with to join my round, just like that. And now you can see we've got a lid that will match up with our initial work, as well as a buttonhole that can grab onto a button to hold the whole thing closed. There's our buttonhole that'll hold it closed, and now we've got the top of our lid. Now we've got to work on our decreases. But before we do that, we're gonna do one more round of single crochet, but this time we're gonna do back loops only again. So I'm going to do our first single crochet just at the base of that chain one. I'm gonna put it in the back loop if I can manage here. It's a little bit snug. And then I'm going to single crochet in the back loops only in every stitch all the way around. At the end of the round, I'm gonna slip stitch closed and I will meet you there. And there we go. I'm gonna join with a slip stitch. And then for the following round, I'm gonna start with a chain of 2. Now I'm going to do one round with just regular double crochets. One double crochet in each stitch all the way around. All right, we're gonna do the next round now. I've got my double crochet round done. I'm gonna start with a chain 2, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I am going to double crochet 2 together. Let me show you that once first, just like this. Now let me explain that. For a double crochet 2 together, I yarn over, then I insert the hook into a stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. I've got 3 loops on my hook. Then I insert into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now there's 4 loops on my hook. Then I yarn over and I pull through 3 loops. Then I yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. And that is a double crochet 2 together. So you're doing a double crochet, but you're putting 2 stitches and transforming them into just 1 stitch, just like that. And we're going to double crochet 2 together in every stitch all the way around. So we're gonna end up with half as many stitches as we started the round with. And there we go. Now I'm gonna join the round with a slip stitch at the top of my chain 2. And this is actually the last round of crochet work. So I'm going to cut my yarn here. I'm gonna leave a nice long tail, and I'm gonna pull that loop through the work, just like that. Now I'm gonna load up my yarn needle with the tail from this, and I'm going to put this entire lid portion, the top, inside out, like this. Now with my yarn needle, I'm going to weave, or sew rather. I'm just gonna pick up a stitch and pull the yarn needle through and draw it tight. Pick up the next stitch, pull it through, draw it tight. And I'm gonna do that all the way around the work to close up this circle. And once you get all the way around, you can pull it nice and tight, and then you can just sort of create a knot by picking up a loop in a stitch that you can fit your needle through, and then just pull another loop through that loop. And there we go. Now we've got it nicely secured off. You can weave your end in a little bit. I'm gonna just weave through a few of these stitches just so that that yarn tail doesn't have anywhere to go. And then I'll just trim the tail, and then we can flip the work back right side out. And now you can see the top is closed up. And here we go. So now we still need to add our button. At this point, we can see that the lighter fits perfectly into the pouch, and the little lid, the little cap, fits perfectly over top. Now what we need to do is add the button to the front of the work. So we've got the little keychain side, and then we're gonna have the button side. We want this to be held nice and tight. So I'm gonna mark with my sewing needle here where I wanna put my button. I want my button to be around this area. So I'll pull that buttonhole off, and then I'll just put this here as my marker. Now I'm gonna grab my button and my thread and my needle. I've picked this cute little button to use on this project. I've got my needle threaded up with a matching thread, and just before I start sewing the button on, I'm just going to pick up the stitch I've picked as my anchor stitch, and I'm going to tie my thread right onto that stitch. It'll be hidden by the button, but it helps me start from an anchored point. And there we go. Now I'll just cut the tail of that yarn, and it's time to sew on this button. So now that my thread is coming off of the work, I'm going to come up through the bottom of my button, and then I'm going to go back down through the top of the other hole, and I'm going to grab onto that same anchor stitch, and I'll pull that nice and tight. And then I'm going to come up on the other side of that anchor stitch, grab a couple of threads, not going all the way through the work, just the top threads, and then I'll go up through the button again, and I'll go down, grabbing a few threads on the other side. And I'm just gonna do that a whole bunch of times until I feel like this button is secure. Now I feel like that button is secure. I am going to insert the needle right between the button and the work, just to weave in that end a little bit. And I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times, sticking it in different directions so that it's getting tangled in with the thread ends, just so that I don't have to worry about that coming undone ever. All right, and then there's a little loop left here. I'm going to insert the needle down through that loop, pull it nice and tight. And then what I do with my buttons when I'm finished, I will wrap the yarn around, or the thread rather, and create a little loop, and then put the needle through that loop and pull it tight. Wrap the yarn around, create a loop, pull the needle through that loop, and it just creates a couple of knots to sort of secure off that thread, because I really don't want the tail to show up. So I just do that a few times just to secure it, and then we can trim the tail. And now we've got our button. And guess what? This little lighter case is finished. I'm gonna just pop this lighter in here, and then I can put the lid on, and then the buttonhole fits perfectly over that button, and that will hold it closed just like this. Isn't that so cute? This is a perfect little case for someone who uses a lighter in your life, or if you go camping, this is a great way to have a place that you're not gonna lose it. You're not gonna leave it behind. You can put this with your supplies, and it's a bright color, and it's also super cute. So if you are trying to be discreet with the fact that you carry a lighter with you, this is a great way to help you stay a little bit more discreet. Perhaps if you don't want to be, I don't know, known for having a lighter. This could be anything in your purse. That being said, I think it is a very cute way to have your lighter on your keychain. You could use this for other items too, though, of course. It's about the size of a tampon or a chapstick or a lipstick, so you could definitely use this as a case for any of those things. I just made it the perfect size and the perfect color for this cute little lighter. So what do you think? I kind of love it. I think this is so cute, and I think I'm actually going to use this when we go camping. Just actually even in the house, maybe I'll keep it in here and just have it displayed somewhere, like hanging where the candle is, you know? Cute. Anyway, friends, that's all I've got for you today. Let me know what you think of this adorable lighter holder in the comments down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really does help. Thank you so much for watching, and hey, thank you to everyone supporting the channel this month. Here is the list of this month's supporters. If you would like to support the channel, check out the links in the description down below. All the different ways you can do so are listed down there. I'll also link all relevant tutorials in the description section. Anyways, friends, that is all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!